Well, we have a large presence in the United Kingdom in research, in supporting healthcare customers, and obviously it's an important market to us, and we are still concerned. And the factory transition has to do with the fact that we have announced already 2 years ago that we would move from 50 factories to 30, and then somewhere that has consequences.
So it's not a direct consequence of the current impasse we see around Brexit?
Not directly, but of course it's a less conducive situation to manufacture, especially when you're dependent on trade agreements between Europe and the rest of the world that require local content and so on. So it all plays together.
As the announcement was made, there were also some comments about the reconfiguring of your broader logistics supply lines for North America, Europe and Asia more largely. Are these shifts being made because you see the world increasingly as a more problematic place geopolitically, and therefore you need to build in more resilience? Help us understand.
Well,
what
the original motive of the transformation of our operations had a lot to do with efficiency. I mean, 50 factories too many, we want 30. Then, of course, trade wars between China and the United States actually interfere with that master plan. We are exposed to some of the duties as we export from the United States to China and vice versa. And now we find that we need to reconfigure our supply chain in order to compensate for that.
I think you've finally got the company that you've wanted all these years. I think 7 years you've been in charge of the company now. Is
Almost
that right?
8.
Almost 8 years, yeah. 2011 was when you came in. And for years we talked about divisions that were sold off, from lighting to a lot of personal products and what have you. Now you've got the company you want. What do you want to do with that company next? I mean, I know the buzzword is diagnostics to data and what have you, but how far away from the healthcare business that you want are you?
I think we have completed our portfolio transformation, and Philips today is entirely focused on health. And our strategy, we connect consumers and patients at home to healthcare providers in the hospital, as we see that in a world of value-based healthcare, in a world of population health, care will transition more and more into the community. And then you need to leverage cloud-based systems, smart devices, software, in order to create new ecosystems. And here at Davos, the talk is about that, how to reinvent healthcare so that we get to better outcomes, higher productivity, access in rural areas, access in emerging countries. Technology plays a big role, and I'm very excited about that.
But it requires a bargain with your customers as well for them to give you their data. This is a huge part of it as well, so you can build up better diagnostics as well. My colleague here said to me yesterday he's fine about the data, but he doesn't want his insurance company having this as well. And therein lies the issue. Once I give you my data, how can I be sure it doesn't go anywhere next?
Well, if I may, so it's an important topic. But I make the parallel to financial health, right? We all entrust our banking to the cloud, and we do it already for 20 years, right? So we need good protection, guardrails, legislation, but healthcare and privacy can go together. The benefits of leveraging data in healthcare are going to be enormous, right? There are the variance in quality of healthcare can be addressed by better leveraging data. We can anticipate deterioration of patients well in advance and thereby making care proactive rather than reactive. We leverage already data a lot. We apply algorithms to patient care. We have 1 million respiratory patients that are connected through our cloud. They get daily coaching on how to better adhere to the treatment. And I would say, if you would ask a sick person, are you okay that data are accessed by your providers and by your practitioners? They would all say yes. Right? So I think we need to evolve the dialogue, not if, but how do we leverage data. And Philips today is guardian of 19 billion imaging studies, right, that are managed through the cloud, and where we can also apply machine learning to. And I think it advances the state of healthcare. Sure. Right? So let's evolve the debate to making sure that we go into this area, because I would say, countries like China have embraced it. AI around healthcare is a big topic there. Europe risks falling a bit behind because we are a bit paralyzed in Europe around it. And of course, in the United States, there is a lot of progress and a lot of advancement. You can count the amount of AI startups in healthcare, and if you would use that as a barometer to the innovation going on, then I would say United States ranks on top, China 2, and Europe lags behind as 3.